Amigos de Strongcast, bienvenidos. Estamos aquí, tenemos el gran honor, por supuesto, de estar aquí en conjunto con nuestros amigos de MedForce. Tenemos una leyenda ya del Mister Olympia, de los atletas más reconocidos y que por supuesto admiramos mucho de nosotros. Así que, sin más preámbulo, pues muchísimas gracias a MedForce. Y
al contrario,
muchas gracias, mucho gusto.
Es un gusto. It's a pleasure.
Yes, of course.
Breon Ansley, directamente, pues el día de hoy tuvimos la oportunidad de estar con él, ya por ahí vimos que entrenó y bueno, pues muy padre todo el entrenamiento. Y hoy queremos conocer un poquito más acerca de la persona, que la gente, el pueblo de México conozca toda su trayectoria, pero más allá de la persona, un poquito más de la persona. Entonces, nos gustaría partir primero de, pues, ¿por qué nace el tema de o por qué se le da a conocer como el Cisne Negro, The Black Sound?
Ok. Amigos, es un honor tenerlos, estar con ustedes en este podcast. Obviamente, Breon, we thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, the Mexican fans, we're going to focus this podcast on only you.
Okay.
So, the first question we're going to ask you is, what's the background on your nickname, Black Swan?
Ah, shit. Well, primero, Mexicanos amor. First of all, okay? I love my Mexican familia out there. And that's an interesting question because the Black Swan is, you know what, I'm very passionate about it. And it just came from actually me watching the movie, The Black Swan.
Okay.
That's where it came from.
Okay.
And so my friend, he told me one day after my first Mr. Olympia in 2016, he told me, you know, you move like a swan.
Oh, okay,
and
okay,
so
okay.
I was like, wow, you think so? So after that, I went home. I saw the Black Swan already before that, but then I went to go see it again. And then what I really liked is how she was playing against her alter ego.
Okay, yeah.
She was playing against her alter ego. Her alter ego was very graceful, very artistic, very aesthetic, right? But had a menacing and an aggressive nature about her. Had a maybe a motive about her that
personality.
Was
personality.
Had some texture in her personality.
Okay.
Right. So that's where the bodybuilding comes in at. So we mix the bodybuilding with the strength and the power, with the grace and the aesthetics and well, if you're with the opposite word of aggression is
the calmness.
But I would say more so like finesse.
Oh, okay. That's a very fine word.
Yes,
a very fine
you
word.
had finesse. So we mixed the two, and that's where I get that from. That movie, and you know, just put my own personality on it, and we go from there. We have fun with it.
Okay. Es bastante interesante de verdad que viene su nickname de, ahora sí que el Cisne Negro, ¿no? Y todo proviene prácticamente de la película. Si no la han visto, vayan a verla.
Tiene que ver una conexión justamente de lo que representa el fisicoculturismo, del arte, la gracia.
Exactamente.
Tema, pero también la agresividad, la naturaleza, ¿no?
Yeah, exactly. So the principal image of that Black Swan, it's the way the body.
Yes.
I mean, we know the background, for example, from Arnold.
Yes.
That he took ballet classes so he can
absolutely,
move the way he moves.
absolutely.
So everything
and so did I.
Yeah.
So did I. I took ballet classes as well.
So that's why it becomes the nickname of the Black Swan.
Absolutely. We mix and match the aggressive nature with a personality, with a flair, with a style, with some flair, with some pizzazz.
Oh,
You know, we have all the words to describe it.
All the personalities. You have it in one.
In one, with nice but menacing, but mean, but very endearing. You know, but aggressive.
And that's a whole
but
definition.
dominating and power all at the same time.
Bodybuilding.
All of it.
Bodybuilding.
Yes, bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding.
That's bodybuilding.
Eso es justamente lo que
Pues ahí están, chicos. De
And
verdad.
even more so, bodybuilding, and then it's even more so classic.
Oh, yeah.
Classic
Obviously the
style.
The classic style.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously the classic
Right.
style.
So,
Ahora, nos gustaría también ver un poquito que nos comparta, Breon, ¿qué significa para él la inspiración? ¿De dónde nace esta inspiración por el deporte? Y digo, ya nos habló de las personalidades, la gracia, todo lo que es este mundo del fisicoculturismo, pero sabemos que, bueno, algo que te inspiró en su momento, pues también fue Sean Redon.
Sean Redon, very good friend of mine.
¿De dónde?
God bless his soul.
Yes.
Yes.
pero ¿qué fue lo que te inspiró de él? ¿Qué es lo que más admiras de él que te llegó como a inspirar un poquito más?
Okay, what made you start it, or what was the thing that inspired you onto the bodybuilding? And what does Sean Roden mean to you when you started until practically, I mean, his last days here?
Yes.
Well, you know what
Well,
I mean.
bodybuilding meant to me, it just meant an ultimate sacrifice. And it meant an ultimate, it meant that you're going to achieve, you know? Bodybuilding was important. I learned early on that bodybuilding was something that everybody cannot do, something that only a select few can be able to master mentally, can be able to master, especially mentally, but then physically as well. The mental part of it is the most challenging part.
Okay.
What you control your surroundings is probably the most toughest task of anything that we can do. What we control, how we control what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Because we're all human and we all have influences.
Yeah.
But bodybuilding really tests all those things. Tests how you control what you do with yourself and the decisions that you make on a minute to second to hour to day-to-day basis. That's what I love so much about bodybuilding. And what Sean Roden meant to me was, first of all, he was a great friend. He was a great friend. He was one of the nicest men you'd ever want to meet. He'd give you everything, his clothes off your back, and he'd make sure that you were okay. And Sean Roden was the epitome of classic mass.
Yeah.
Right? He had the aesthetics. That's why he was able to beat Phil Heath, because he had so much aesthetics with all the mass. You know, you cannot deny that waist with the flaring quads, with such a pretty flow to his physique.
Yeah,
And that's why he was able to beat Phil Heath and cut Phil Heath's run off to tie Arnold with 8, and he cut him off at 7. So Sean Roden was very special in that respect. He will always go down in the guy that ended Phil Heath's reign, and we know how great Phil Heath is. And he'll always be remembered, always a great friend of mine in the heart, and especially with his physique and his performance. He also performed. He also loved posing, and he also was one of the first to really
and he was also a great performer.
Yeah, absolutely. He loved to showcase the physique in an artistic way, in an artistic manner. You know, as like a black swan.
Yeah.
You know, like a black swan, like we're talking about, with the aesthetics and with the aggression, with the finesse, with the power, and with the combination of all of that. He was one of the greats to do it. So, love Sean Roden. Absolutely.
Yeah, sí.
Sí, siempre nos ha gustado mucho la categoría de Classic Physique y eres una de las personas que destaca más en esa categoría, pero ahora queremos saber por qué decidiste cambiar a la categoría 212.
So what made you change your mind to the Classic to the 212?
Simply because I think it's time for me to really see the true potential of my physique muscularity-wise. Classic has been holding me back because I have to come down to a low weight cap. And so you can only be so muscular. You can only present the body in a certain way. I only have so much room to grow and develop muscularity-wise, even conditioning-wise, density-wise, fine lines and detail-wise. All of it means a lot when you're talking about either losing muscle or gaining muscle.
Yeah.
Either losing muscle or keeping all your muscles,
Okay.
you know, let alone gaining muscle.
Exactly.
Actually, so I was losing muscle. I've been losing muscle in Classic, and I haven't been able to hold on to all my muscle. So I wanted to really just let it go, and just to see what my body is capable of muscularity-wise, and how much I can capitalize on all those facets that I was talking about.
Yeah.
When I'm able to hold on to all my muscle and see the true potential.
Ok. Esa es la parte 1 de la entrevista con Breon. Mañana obviamente tiene un seminario aquí en el Body Trainer, en Lomas Verdes, y el domingo también vamos a estar en Arboledas. Esta es un pequeño sneak peek de la entrevista que estamos con Breon. Estén atentos porque la segunda parte va a estar bastante interesante. Es a sneak peek, man, of the first part of the interview.
Yes, absolutely.
Así que ya lo saben, Strongcaster, primera parte, vamos a hablar un poquito más de lo que representa
Primera parte, Breon.
Primera parte.
Eso.
Eso. Y vamos a estar con ustedes hablando un poquito más de lo que es este evento y qué representa para él. Así que ya lo saben, nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. Gracias.
Bye.